My name is Muslima. That's my real name, given to me at birth. But the whole country knows me as Valia Isava. That's the name my grandmother gave me when she found out I was pregnant at 11. She did it to hide my Ingush origins, because if it had become known in the Caucasus that a girl from an Ingush family got pregnant at that age, it could have ended badly for both me and her. How it all started: I lived with my grandmother, Antonina Alexandrovna. My parents died when I was 2, I lived in an orphanage until I was 9, and then my grandmother took me in as my guardian. Money was very tight, so Grandma rented out a room in our apartment. The tenant was Khabib, a guy from Tajikistan who was 18 years old. He worked as a baker in the same store as my grandmother. I had known him since I was 9. He looked after me, walked me home from school, and we talked all the time. To me, he was just a friend. I wasn't even thinking about any adult relationships. I was a child. The pregnancy. I found out I was pregnant only in the 7th month. I started my period early, at age 9, and had experienced delays before, so I didn't think anything of it. Then my stomach started growing. Grandma and I went to the doctor, got tests done, and the next day the shocking results came back. I had a hysterical fit. I didn't want this child. I denied it until the very end. I didn't even approach my daughter right after she was born. Grandma put on a brave face, saying, "What will be, and supported me, but I know how much she was suffering." She was dragged through every agency, the prosecutor's office, social services. They blamed everything on her: childbirth and escape from the maternity hospital. I gave birth by cesarean section. The doctors said I wouldn't be able to deliver naturally. My daughter, Amina, was born full-term and healthy, weighing almost 3 kilograms. But the maternity hospital remained a horrible place for me. Social services had suspended Grandma's guardianship in absentia and tried to trick me into giving up the child, persuading me to put Amina in a foster family and send me to an orphanage. They even brought those people to my room. A doctor told me he would discharge me, but instead Grandma, with the help of a film crew, literally smuggled me and Amina out of the hospital. We hid for a month. An international search warrant was issued for us. Police and journalists were stationed outside our apartment. The fight for documents and Khabib. The father of the child was Khabib. The media first wrote that he was 14 and named Pasha, but the truth came out he was 19 and had come from Tajikistan to work. He didn't refuse the child and acknowledged her. But social services wouldn't release the birth documents from the hospital, demanding we turn in Khabib to be arrested. We stood our ground: either you give us the documents so he can register the child under his name, or you'll never see us again. In the end, we managed to secretly get him to the registry office, and he formalized the paternity. A criminal case was opened against him, but with the help of deputies and public support, he received a suspended sentence, not a real prison term, life after. For the first 2 years, I was homeschooled, then I returned to a regular school. Grandma took complete care of Amina. I was afraid to go near her. It was only when my daughter was about a year old that I truly started to embrace motherhood. I was hit with terrible depression from people's judgment. I even had suicidal thoughts. People in my home district, Kapotnya, still recognize me and point me out. Khabib and I officially married when I was 17, but married life became a nightmare. He turned out to be an abuser and a manipulator. He hit me out of pathological jealousy. He forbade me from working, from seeing my friends, read my messages, and controlled my every move. I tried to leave many times, filed reports with the police, but he threatened me, refused to leave the house, and wouldn't let us leave. We lived together for 18 years and had 4 children. In all those years, we never went to the seaside. He didn't try to work steadily and provide for the family properly. Money always seemed to disappear on something unclear. Grandma's death and divorce. 3 years ago, my grandmother, my main protector and support, died of lung cancer. It happened just a few days before the birth of my 4th child. I left the maternity hospital against medical advice to attend her funeral. After her death, Khabib completely lost his inhibitions, realizing I had no one left to protect me. The final straw was when he went away for a work contract, blocked the bank card he had left for our expenses, and said, "Go to work, stop leeching off me." I filed for divorce. When he left, the children and I breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, there was peace. New relationship and fifth pregnancy. After the divorce, I started working as a receptionist at a beauty salon. There I met a young Chechen man. He was 4 years younger than me. We had a religious marriage ceremony, as I was still legally married to Habib. I got pregnant with a 5th child. But the relationship didn't work out. We often argued because Habib would send abusive emails to me, and my new partner wanted to protect me and demanded Habib's number to confront him, but I refused, knowing my ex-husband's violent temper. In the end, my new partner, citing our frequent fights, started talking to another girl and stated he wanted to take her as a second wife. I was categorically against it, as I'd already been through that. We had a big fight. He divorced me, but then he took me back. However, things didn't improve. A month ago, he went back to his homeland. His family doesn't seem to be against me, but they aren't showing any interest either. He says he isn't renouncing the child and wants me to put his name on the birth certificate, but whether he will actually be involved in the child's life is a big question. The present time, I'm almost 30 now. I am officially divorced from Habib and expecting my 5th child from another man. I will file for child support from Habib. Right now, I'm not working due to the threat of miscarriage and severe morning sickness. Money is extremely tight, and I have debts. My eldest daughter, Amina, has grown into a wonderful, modest girl. She is my main support and friend. She took Grandma's death very hard. The boys also miss their father, despite everything, about the talk shows. The first talk shows helped in a way. They drew the attention of deputies who supported us. Later, I participated as an expert or a secondary character. I even worked for a while as a junior editor on Pust Govoriat, organizing shoots, but I left due to the coronavirus and another pregnancy. What matters most? The most important thing in my life is my children. I want them to grow up to be worthy people, with honor and dignity, to never bring shame on those who raise them. I really want to find a worthy man who will be a support for both me and them, so that my 5th baby grows up in a complete family. I am a strong person, and I will keep going, no matter what. I agreed to this interview so that the people who write nasty things know I'm doing fine, I'm coping. And to those who judge, I want to say, sort out your own life first before you judge someone else's.